Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. It is Kevin here and today I'm doing the Authortube Newbie Tag. And for some reason I have not done this tag before and I thought I had. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've done a writing community tag. I have another author origin tag I'm doing either next week or the week after. And I realized I've never done the Authortube Newbie Tag. And I feel like I always hear everyone talking about it, like how they did it and like looking back on it. And like I realized I'm not gonna have the opportunity to look back on. And so I'm kind of jealous. And so I'm gonna do it now, even though I'm not new to Authortube. Yeah, you have to excuse my appearance today. I got out of the shower. I'm not used to my new haircut yet, so I'm like not feeling it. And then I was like really cold, so I'm wearing one of my Papa's old sweaters. So, you know, I'm just looking real disheveled on this Memorial Day when I'm recording this. Just gonna jump right in because I have not done this and everyone but me has. Question 1. How did you find out about Authortube? I believe it was actually through Ginger Reads Lainey. I really like Lainey. She's like super amazing. So if you haven't yet watched her, go watch her. I think it was her actually because I was watching one of her book videos and then I found out that she had writing videos and then I kind of just stumbled from there. And I believe that's where it started. If not, she was the one that really got me into it. I was like, I gotta watch more of these writing videos. I gotta make some of my own, and then it's just downhill from there. Number 2, what genres do you write in? I like basically everything. I write contemporary. I'm trying a little bit of a fantasy right now, which one of my goals for this year, if you haven't watched it, which you should have by now, come on. One of my videos for this year, one of my goals for this year is to finish a fantasy novel. I also have a science fiction idea. I have a comic idea. I have a graphic novel idea. I have lots of that are like science fiction-y and fantasy-y, and so I'm kind of just like a little bit of everything to write. I don't know if I'm successful at it. A majority of the books I've written have all been contemporary. Not a majority. Well, yeah, a majority are contemporary, but I'm trying to branch out, and yeah, I kind of just like all of the genres. And I like to read all of them too, so it makes sense, I guess. Next question. Question 3, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? So starting off with category, I primarily write young adult, but I'm actually, one of my ideas is a middle grade, and then one of my other ideas is an adult fantasy. So I have, category-wise, it's all kind of all over the place, but it's majority YA. I would say like 95% YA. Point of view, that also depends. All my YA is in first-person point of view, first-person present, because that's what I like to read and that's what I like to write. I like feeling the immediacy of it. However, I do have some of my ideas, like I have a science fiction idea, a young adult science fiction idea that's gonna be in third-person past, and then my adult fantasy is in third-person past, so it just kind of depends. But majority, again, is YA, first person present. Number 4, are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? So I was a heavy plotter up until this current short story I'm working on, which is in my more recent writing vlogs. I'm kind of plantering it because I am doing a headlights writing type situation where you just write what you can see in front of you. And it's like you're plotting, you're plotting what's just right in front of you and then you're going off that. This is new to me though, and I have pantsed one novel. It was a YA speculative fiction, and it was really bad. I don't know. My problem with pantsing is I actually admire people who can do it because I like the idea of not knowing what's gonna happen. And like you kind of have like a general idea, but like, you know, you never know. And I know that book, if I ever go back to write it, is gonna go back to edit it, which I still haven't decided if I'm going to. It's like a Downton Abbey speculative fiction type story. I think that it would take so much editing that it would, I would say I would have to rewrite all of it. And I'm not even like exaggerating, like I would have to rewrite all of it. And I just don't know if I have enough passion for that story to go back to it. Even though I'm a plotter, I tend to have random things come up in the story that I wasn't planning. So I'm not like, I don't stick really stringent to the plot. I will sometimes have like little plot bunnies appear that kind of take it in a way I wasn't expecting, and then I kind of just build off of that. That happens to me all the time, and so I just kind of, so even though I'm a plotter, I still tend to not stick to my plot. What's really weird is even though I've been doing Authortube for a while, I'm like super comfortable with talking to a camera at this point. I've done it for a while. There's something about doing the Authortube Newbie Tag that's making me feel kind of anxious and like feel like I feel nervous for some reason, like I'm introducing myself like a debutante. It's very strange. It's a very strange feeling. Question 5, are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am currently not published. I plan on traditionally publishing. I actually have an agent. I had done a whole video on that, which I'm actually thinking about redoing it because I have rewatched that video about how I got my agent and it's so bad. Then I'm thinking about redoing that video, and I'm currently in the process of trying to sell my book to a publishing house. Well, she's doing it for me. 6, what publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? My agent is Rena Rossner of the Deborah Harris Literary Agency, and I used to have a dream publishing house, but I don't even want to mention what it is because I think that a lot of times going into publishing, people have these really set notions that if I get this agent, if I get this publishing house, if I get this, you know, editor, that it'll make them happy, it'll skyrocket their career. And I don't, now that I'm in it, I don't believe that. I have seen people get smaller agents at smaller agencies and get bought by smaller publishing houses, and they have had long-lasting careers that sometimes outdo those at the big five. And so I've tried to let that go of like my dream, whatever. Something to keep in mind if you're trying to traditionally publish is that what your dream person may be or your dream publishing house may be is not necessarily what you need as an author for your career. I can make a whole video about this because it's something I feel really strongly about, but we're gonna move on to the next question. Number 7, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? So if you're already subscribed, you already know this. I make writing vlogs once a week during Camp Nano. I do Camp Nano and NaNoWriMo. I do like those kind of videos, like preparing for it, my bullet journal setup. That's also something that I've been doing more lately is like my bullet journal setups, because I often do spreads for writers and readers, since I feel like that kind of like goes hand in hand with what this channel is about. And other stuff, do I do other stuff? I mean, I'm trying out new writing hats and I'm making videos about that. I have a Comic Sans one that I did recently. It's just kind of all over the place. I'm kind of all over the place, and so is this channel. I don't know what to say. Number 8, when did you start writing? I actually started writing, I don't know exactly when, but I specifically remember like the first time it stood out to me was in my 6th grade English class, because we had to write a story for class. Like that was one of our assignments. And I very vividly remember writing that short story. And after that, I wrote some fan fiction in high school, but I didn't seriously start writing until junior year of college. I was taking creative writing classes in college, but I didn't get serious and actually like finish a manuscript / novel, whatever you call it, until my junior year. It was junior year of college, because I remember the exact novel, because senior year was after I got dumped by my boyfriend, and so I like wrote this whole really cathartic manuscript that is actually what ended up getting me my agent. 10, what authors have inspired your writing the most? So this is one that I feel really complicated about, and I feel very strange about it, because when I was growing up, I was super into Harry Potter, and I still am to an extent. I still collect like some Harry Potter stuff, like, I collect a lot of the books in foreign languages, things like that. However, in the recent years, J.K. Rowling has just kind of gone off the rails, and I have very complicated emotions about her versus her stories, and like, how can you love an artist but separate yourself from their art? Because there are people like Orson Scott Card who I cannot separate from his personal views. And so it's very hard for me with J.K. Rowling. And like, she's just done some problematic stuff with like Native Americans and just, I don't know. But Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling did really heavily influence my writing when I was younger. Number 11, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? Okay, so I work a full-time job. I also suffer from mental illness, as well as some like physical illness, like chronic health issues. And so I try to get in writing just whenever I can, because there are some nights where I can come home from work and I'm feeling really into it and I'll write, and then sometimes I come home from work and like mentally and physically I'm just not feeling great, so it's kind of hard for me. Like even if I schedule the time, it's sometimes very hard for me to push through it, so I kind of just jump in and get writing done whenever I can. It's working for the most part. I wish I was writing more faster, but I have a lot of different things going on in life that it's always hard to get as much writing done as I would like to. Number 12, yeah. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And when do you write in general? I am very jealous of people who can write by hand, because I do think there's a certain amount of creativity that goes to it, and like when you're retyping it, it automatically gives you like a layer of editing that you don't get otherwise. I'm super jealous, but I can't do it. My hands cramp, and my mind works faster than my hand can write, but I wish I could. I write on my computer. I don't have a typewriter. Yeah. Where do I write in general? Usually right here at my desk. I tried to do this in front of my desk today, because it's the Authortube Newbie Tag, so I was like, oh, look, my desk. And right there. I sometimes write on my laptop. Well, you know, actually since Damien's my boyfriend, we moved to this apartment, I don't really write anywhere else but right here. We used to share a computer desk, and when he needed it, I'd write on my laptop on the couch, but I kind of hate our couch, so I don't even write on that anymore. I definitely don't write in bed anymore. I've kind of done this like trying to do no electronics in bed because I have to go to bed so early that it's actually helping. So I don't write in bed anymore. So like 99% of my writing happens right there. Number 13, what are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of Authortube? I'm already in it, but I will say what I've liked the most about what I've gotten from Authortube is the sense of community. And I feel like that sounds cheesy to some people, like, oh, blah, 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 it's community. But it's like, I feel like you don't really understand until you're a part of it. And you don't have to even make videos to be a part of it. Like even if you're just a commenter or just a watcher, knowing that there are other creative people out there that are into the same things as you and like have the same goals as you, it's really refreshing and nice. And it's like nice to know that you're not alone. So like there are tons of people out there writing YA on YouTube that, you know, if I'm feeling uninspired, I can go watch their writing vlog. I can go watch their writing process video and I'm like, you know what, I need to get off my butt and I need to get this stuff done. And so it works. And so that is really what I've loved about getting out of it. Also friends, I made a lot of friends. I like to think that we're friends. Maybe like these other people I'm thinking of just think we're like acquaintances, but I would like to think we're friends. So I made quite a few like friends off of YouTube, the Authortube community that I really enjoy having. Again, I did not say this earlier, but this tag was made by Jenna the Dark One. I'm gonna go ahead and link her in the description below, as well as the questions to this. And I would tag people to do this, but I'm pretty sure like every single person has done this tag. Like this isn't really a tag you tag people in, it's more like a tag that you just do. And I never did it, because I fail. If you watched this far into the video, thank you for watching. Again, excuse this just new look I got going. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But I'm gonna have 2 more videos come out this week because the tag video is kind of like a way for me to bide my time because the other video I'm working on took longer than I thought I was going to edit and like record. So this is just an extra video this week. So there'll be 2 more videos coming out this week. One being a writing vlog and one being another writing video. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you love the video, go ahead and make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you are also new to Authortube or old to Authortube and I haven't met you yet, go ahead and comment below and let me know because I love talking to all of you beautiful people. And I do try to, I'm pretty sure I reply to every comment unless I accidentally miss it, which is pretty rare. So yeah, and that's it. So thank you for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye.